Uh, Hello, Anil. There's a very popular question, and when we were booking for detox, when we were taking registrations, also the top question is, will it help me in weight loss? And weight loss, I think, is something that most men and women go through these days. It's a struggle.
Men
So,
and women or
what are
only
your
women?
thoughts on weight loss,
Only
stroke weight
women or men
loss?
and women?
Men and women both.
Sure, both. Okay.
Yeah.
So weight loss is the result of healthy living, or it's the result, a free byproduct of toxin cleanse. So one of the markers for checking my health is my weight. So weighing is better to throw away the weighing scale at home, because I don't know about men, but women do have, maybe men also, let's say men and women both have a tendency to keep going back to the scales, let us say, and keep checking the weight. So it just creates more stress. And what my weight is, the mirror tells me better.
Hmm.
But if I want to have correct measurements, one is the BMI, which again needs a calculation. So who are aware of it, they can check. 20, 21, 22 is very good. 24 and up starts going into overweight, and I think around 29, 30 becomes obese.
Yes.
And the other way to check is what I used to wear, the size, when I felt my weight was okay or my body shape was okay, or I didn't have weight. It's so easy to come to know, to fit back into that size. Or what all could do this evening in the cleanse group, because this is for the cleanse group, that we check our waist, right, measurement, and our hip measurement.
Height. Hmm.
No, not height, hip.
Yeah, hip.
Waist
I got.
and hip. Waist
Hmm.
divide by hip for a women,
Hmm.
lady should be 0.7.
Okay. So it's
Right?
only waist and hip. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
so you can start and put it in the in the so okay, zero point 0.7 is wonderful, 0.8 is also okay, 0.85 is also okay. More than that, then we are not healthy. For men, it is 0.9, 0.95, 0.9, 0.5. More than that
Hmm.
means that we are accumulating weight around the belly area. It starts from there, which is considered more dangerous than having weight around the hip area.
Right.
Right. So weight, yes. So anything that the body does, body only knows how to be positive for us. Now, when we say for us and the body means we are two. So maybe me, the spirit, the consciousness, I have this body. So my body only knows how to function positively for me, nothing else. But I've been given a choice, and that's where the problem comes. So if I'm eating unhealthy, the body is protecting me, because because the end byproduct of my eating is also production of, or removal of, separation of glucose, and with oxygen I make energy, with energy I live. But excess glucose, sugar, is dangerous, so my body helps me to convert the excess glucose into fat. So it's a protection uh, mode to help me. Means I'm not eating healthy. So in this cleanse, we are going to be eating healthy. So automatically, we should start losing weight, because with weight, lots of problems come. Weight, the fat molecules itself create inflammation. So inflammation also increases indirectly insulin and fat deposit. Fat deposit increases deposit. Fat deposit increases estrogen. So women have to be careful, because estrogen, they often to know, is connected to cancer. So all the connection starts like that. It becomes a catch-22 situation. And to reverse it, we just have to have the discipline of not putting into our body things which are not required or which are processed. That's it. So some may say that I really am very conscious, I'm aware I eat healthy. So then there could be other psychological reasons that unnecessarily I end up eating unhealthy. So I could be going through loneliness, which does not mean that I'm lonely, no one around me. I could be with everyone, but yet loneliness, wanting something, wanting want, and I'm not getting it through people. So I could be getting it from foods
Emotional
which
eating.
result emotional eating. Those foods will generate hormones which are similar to getting through people being around me and making me happy. So I'm trying to be happy through food. So there are many more things. So I have an article written. So that article I'll put it, share it in the group where we see that weight can be affected. Then we say thyroid. My thyroid is not functioning well, so my metabolism has gone down, so I'm gaining weight. But why did the thyroid not work well? Because the thyroid did not get correct nutrients for it to function. We can't go into the details here. Or this is a cleanse. So my thyroid gland is one of the first glands which gets affected by toxins. If there are toxins, I'm consuming toxins. My body can metabolize toxins out. So these toxins often affect energy production because of thyroid function impairment. So how to rectify all these things? Just correct eating so that correct nutrients come in. Detoxification in the liver is enhanced. Nutrients means all the vitamins, minerals, everything is there for the cells to function well. And if I'm eating nutrient dense foods, not calorie dense and nutrient um, zero nutrient foods, but more nutrient dense foods, my weight will automatically be normal. I don't need a weighing machine. I can come to know from the mirror. And that's very important because many times people tell me, how do I know I'm healthy or not? Sorry to say, but weight is one first thing what we can see in the mirror. And being overweight is now classified since a decade or so as a disease. So if your doctor really likes you, takes care of you, when you go to visit him, if he sees your weight is overweight, he should be taking care of you there and then only because it's important. But body is helping you. Weight means body is helping you, adapting to your wrong lifestyle.
Okay. So that's quite clear. Now, the next thing is whenever
Yes,
someone is
and sorry,
dealing
one
with
more
weight.
thing. So one more thing what we can do, people are doing cleanse with us now. So our earlier cleanse document of 14 days, there we had a grocery list categorized. I saw you made one for 7 days. So there's one for 14 days. So we can share that today because in that 14 days grocery list, there are certain items marked as with an asterisk. And there's a remark that the items marked with an asterisk must not be consumed for people who are looking into losing or not losing or getting the weight under correct numbers.
True.
So
Okay.
although 7 day category is different, so this is more international. That's why we changed because international, there are many things we might not get in India and Thailand, but they can compare and see that which things should not be had for weight gain purposes.
Right.
So we
Okay.
can share that today.
And yeah, sure. And the next thing is whenever someone is dealing with a weight problem, or generally speaking, when someone wants to live healthy, the first thing they look for is a fad for a diet, like what diet can help me. So there are plenty of diets. And in between, keto diet was very famous, then paleo and all of that. But very recent times, it's intermittent fasting. Everyone says that I do intermittent fasting, or they want to know about intermittent fasting. So, what exactly is intermittent fasting? Are we not following it every day, or like, is it something that you have to strictly follow? And what is it so catchy about this intermittent fasting?
First of all, we get attracted towards all fads. So as you said, diet, no dieting is going to reduce my weight. They're always yo-yo effects, right? That is the best diet which you can sustain and you can afford. Simple as that. Any diet which is 10 days, 2 weeks, there's something wrong with it. So the diet must be lifelong, which you can manage it every day for lifelong, right? Simple as that. And which we are going to do through the cleanse, so I won't speak about it. And then comes intermittent fasting. Again, it's a fancy word. Either there is fasting or there's no fasting. Fasting means you eat nothing, water allowed or nothing at all, which is one day, 24 hours, 48 hours, 72 hours. People do it for a week also. So, what is intermittent fasting? Some fancy word. In other words, we should not be eating 5 hours before bedtime. Everyone says 3 hours. But nowadays, because of our lifestyle, we have become more, metabolism has become more weak. So let us say 5 hours, or people over 50 years, 60 years, 5 hours. So if one goes to sleep, now what should be the correct sleep time, Preeti? 8 o'clock, 7 o'clock, 9
Sleep
o'clock,
time.
or after Netflix, 2 o'clock, or 1 o'clock in the morning? 1 o'clock is in the
I feel
morning
like
only.
it also depends on you have a child or you don't have a child.
Child is
If
supposed
you
to
have
sleep
a
at 8
child, I
o'clock
think
because
8,
morning I have to
8:30.
send her to school at 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock.
8:30 should be good.
Okay, so then all are going to leave the cleanse program. So let us make it 10 o'clock.
10 o'clock is good.
Okay, so well, that's the time I sleep, 10 or 9.
Yeah.
So 10, and that means 5 hours earlier, it becomes what? 10, 8, 7, 6, 5.
5 to 6.
So not 5 to 6. 10 minus 5 is 5.
5.
Okay. So 5 o'clock should be the
Means you
last
start
meal.
eating by 5, you finish by 5:30. So that's why I said 5 to 6.
Okay. So let's make it more simple. We should finish eating by 5.
5.
That should be the last meal, simple as that, because let's say we need energy for 5 hours to digest the food. And when we are sleeping, our body will not sleep. It's going to go into recalibration mode, making immune cells, doing a lot of work when we are sleeping at night. Our sugar should be low. Our melatonin. Melatonin is a hormone not only for sleep, but it is one of the most powerful antioxidants. Very important for cancer patients or even anyone. So all that can only happen when the digestion is completed. So 5 o'clock, okay, let's make it 6 o'clock last meal. Nothing after that. And next morning when we get up, then we should be going for a walk and exercising. You won't faint, nothing will happen. Okay, you can start your meal maybe, I don't know, 8, 9, 10, but my first meal is around 10, the next day morning, 11. And I've noticed if I'm very focused in my work, so maybe even 12 o'clock, even 11 o'clock, nothing before that except for one cup of coffee. So, but organic coffee means only coffee or tea, nothing mixed in it. And that happened normally naturally. So now I would not say I don't know what intermittent fasting is. I just know that I ate around 5 or 6. Morning, let us say around 11. So now that is, so 11 to 6 is 7 hours. So perhaps that is intermittent fasting, fancy word. So that is normal, something
That is
normal,
normal. That's normal for
something
you.
normal. But the question by the person who asked that yes, you can carry on. Why in doubt? Because we would advise the same thing in this cleanse program also. That okay, it
Right.
happens gradually. I did not go after it, but it just happens. So you get used to it. So let's say morning 10 o'clock also you have your first meal or 9 or 10, whatever it is. But evening meal is important because evening when we are lying down, going to sleep, we must have completed our digestion. And people who have acidity problem, yes, if the stomach is full, they're going to lie down on the right side. The stomach is that way. Yes, they're going to have the acid. If they are not relaxed, the stomach and esophageal splinter will not be relaxed,
Esophagus.
and
Mm.
and acid will seep out, and they will get that
Mm.
acidity burning thing. But we need acid for digestion. If we don't have acid, we can't digest proteins. But the acid has to be inside the stomach. Then we might go into pills to lessen the acid, which is big problem because then we can't digest food. So no nutrients coming in, so fat accumulation, so that catch 22 situation. So intermittent fasting, a fancy word, we like fancy words, but it just means that our eating period duration, if you can make it 8 hours in a day and no eating, that's fine. Some people do that. Some people, they go in for, in a week, 2 days, no eating, means only one meal a day, but other days they go normal. Some do it in a month, maybe 5 days, they're very strict with the eating because the body needs to recalibrate and the energy should not, because digestion needs a lot of energy. So I've eaten at 6 and suddenly at 9 o'clock, even if I have any small snack, anything, my whole, I have the choice, but my body only works positive for me. It has to let go of other tasks and put the entire energy into digestion again, to
Digestion.
digest a piece of apple, just 2 pieces of apple, So, but no matter when you want to start in the morning, that's up to you, no problem. But nighttime, at least minimum 3 hours before sleep time, let's say 10 o'clock, when I should be fully asleep. That means 7 o'clock should be the last food intake.
Food that you eat.
Solid intake, no matter what. That is.
When you go,
So
if
let's.
your
So we
bedtime
can.
is 10 o'clock, last meal should be 7 o'clock. That's the logic.
No, I said 5, but okay, we made it 7 today.
Yeah.
Right. People as they after 50s and all, they should be 5.
Right.
But otherwise 3. But when we are sleeping late after Netflix or after Prime or whatever, after watching a stressful thriller, our cortisol, adrenaline goes up, sugar goes up. Even if you have not eaten, melatonin will go down. Everything goes haywire, and that's why we are getting sick and also putting on weight again. Comes back to weight, because whenever sugar goes up, not needed, it will convert into fat, triglycerides. Excess sugar will get converted into fat, which just like I put on a shirt, then I put it around my body.
All right. So
So
that's
in the
pretty
cleanse
clear. So
program, these things can automatically be taken care of, because let's use the word
yeah.
intermittent fasting is definitely advised when we are going in for a proper lifestyle or the 7-day cleanse, definitely.
Oh. So those are the two questions I thought I should ask you for today, and we'll come up with more recordings. And if the people who are watching this have more questions, please feel free to ask in the group and keep the group more interactive. It's really nice. And the whole, you will not feel that detox is a burden, but on the other hand, like you would get to learn a lot and you will also enjoy discussing with the other participants and as well as the two hosts. So keep coming with your questions and we are here to answer you. Thank you for listening.
So I'll
Thank you.
just share that document, which is not to get confused. It's 14. It's a document maybe called 14 days cleanse, but nothing to do with it. It's just the category of foods showing various items with the asterisks. Asterisk. Those should not be consumed for people who want to lose or need to lose weight.
Okay.
Right, and the
They should
formula
not be
for lose
eating those foods which are in
also
asterisks.
trying to avoid them or not eat them or
Try
eat
to
them
avoid.
less, and
Okay.
the waist hip ratio all can do at home just now.
Yes, it's
Let's not say
0.7. It's the healthy
no.
way, healthy.
0.7 who are models for them, okay, or let's call it, let's say 0.8.
0.8. Okay.
Yeah, okay.
0.8. All right.
Okay.
Thank you then.